Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you that are new, I'm glad to have you here today. As many of you know, I'm a first grade teacher and I do community supplies in the classroom. The reason I do this is because not many students actually bring their supplies on the first day of school, and so usually I need to provide it for them. And by doing community supplies, it makes it so that the students don't know who brought things in, who didn't bring things in, and everybody has the same items. A lot of you know that I love buying these plastic caddies from Target's Dollar Spot, otherwise known as their Bullseye's Playground, or sometimes I get them from Michael's, but it's something I buy every year in order to store the community supplies. And so in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I organize my student supplies for the school years in this caddy. So let's begin. First and foremost are the caddies. Now I always buy the same exact type of caddy, and as I mentioned, I get them either from Target's Dollar Spot, otherwise known as the Bullseye's Playground, or from Michael's, and they're exactly the same, just a little differentiation in the colors. So basically these caddies have a larger compartment and two smaller ones. They also have a built-in handle, and it's so durable. I've never had one break in the years that I've been using them, and so it works, and so I'm just gonna keep sticking with this item. Caddies that come from Michael's are from the brand Creatology, and they are normally $4.19. But if you can get a coupon that's maybe 40 or 50% off, then you can get an amazing deal on these. I was able to get this with a 50% off coupon, so I got it for about $2.10, which I think is an amazing deal. I also get the caddies from Target's Dollar Spot, and as I mentioned, they're basically the same exact item. The plastic caddies from Target's Dollar Spot cost $3, and the DPCI is 234241089. So here's a look at the diagonal view, and as you can see, I have different colors in the caddies. The reason why is because I like to color code my tables, and by having the colored caddies on that actual table, it's easy for the students to remember what their table colors are. In today's video, I'm going to work on the pink tables caddy, and so that way you can see how I fill it up for them and how I arrange and organize their school supplies. Alright guys, let's begin. The first and most important item that a student in my classroom needs is a number 2 pencil. We write every single day. We use it when we are learning our math, when we are doing our writing, when we are doing phonics, science, all kinds of things. And if a student didn't have a pencil, they would have the hardest time learning. It's a must-have in a classroom. And so usually I provide them. And one of my favorite brands is called Ticonderoga, right here. I find that it writes really nice and darkly, and the lead doesn't break that quickly. Also, I just figured out I like another brand called USA Gold, and that one sharpens beautifully. It's been sharpening really nicely in my pencil sharpener, so I like that one, and it does write nice and dark also. When I first started using caddies, I would place the pencils directly inside the caddy, like this, and then I realized that the lead was marking up the caddies, and it was making them look really old really fast. And it's pretty hard for me to get the pencil marks off of the caddies. So the next year I came up with another idea that seems to work for me. So let me go ahead and show you that idea. I ended up buying some plastic tumblers and using them in the caddies. Now this here came from Pillow Fort, and it's a 6-count set of tumblers. and they come in different colors. Let me go ahead and turn this around so you can see the colors. Here you go. They come in blue, purple, light blue, green, yellow, and a pinkish red. So you get your 6 colors here. And I like the fact that it came in a rainbow of colors. Now they do sell tumblers like this at IKEA as well, but it's kind of far from where I live, so I decided just to go ahead and get these from Target, and they were only $2.99, which is very close to the price of the ones at IKEA. So it doesn't matter where you get them, but I find that tumblers like this, the kid size ones, work well. Here's a look at the tumblers out of the package, and you can see the colors really nicely. These are so cute, and it's perfect that they're done in plastic, so we don't have to worry about the kids breaking them. I mean, even if they do, you know, it was affordable, 50 cents a cup, so I don't mind. So what I did next was to place the tumbler inside the small compartment in the caddy. And now I can just place my pencils inside of the tumbler. And when the pencils are sharpened and the students start putting their pencils in, I don't have to worry about them marking up the caddy because it'll all be inside of the cup. And I don't mind that at all, but here is what it looks like so far. The second item I like to place in my students' caddies are glue sticks. And the ones I have here are the Elmer's washable disappearing purple glue sticks. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, let me tell you why I like glue sticks. We used to do both glue sticks and liquid glue, but then the students have a hard time controlling how much liquid glue that comes out, and so they'll squeeze way too hard, and then we end up with a big mess. Or sometimes they don't close the cover, like they won't twist it all the way, and then it gets hard on top, and again they have a hard time squeezing the glue out, and so it just got to be really hard. It made everything like, it made it hard for the students, and they get frustrated. And so we started just going with glue sticks, and it is so much better. The students know how to hear that click, and we use, or I like, the disappearing purple ones because when the students use it, they can see the actual glue because they see it's purple, and then when it dries up, you know, the purple goes away. But at least it's a good way for them to see what they're using. And by the way, these are washable, so I know the parents like that, but it doesn't matter. Use whichever glue stick you want, but this is one of my favorites. Here are 6 of the glue sticks inside of the other small section in the caddy, and as you can see, they lay nice and flat on the bottom. So how awesome is that? It's like they knew when they were creating these caddies that these items had to fit, so they made sure it was a perfect fit, which is awesome. Since we do a lot of writing, I feel it's important for my students to have a good eraser, especially a nice big pink rectangular eraser. So I'm going to include those in the caddy as well. This one here is by Papermate, but whatever good big eraser you have, I think that'll be fine. I prefer these rectangular ones because I have first graders, and sometimes they don't have a good grip on things yet. And so a bigger eraser like this works well for them. What I normally do is I'll just throw the erasers in with the glue sticks because they don't use the glue sticks all day, every day. They just use it once in a while. And so it's perfect to just have the erasers right there on top of them. And then when they need it, they can just go ahead and pull out the glue sticks. However, if you want to impress the parents on parent-teacher night, you can go ahead and line them up and stand the glue sticks up and make it look super fancy. How is that? But of course, it'll never stay this neat and clean with my students. It'll all get messed up because they're kids. But what a great way to impress the parents, don't you think? Now, I like to include post-it notes in my students' caddies because a lot of times they might be reading something, and they don't know a word, or they might have a question about something, or maybe they want to use it as a bookmark or something. So I just like to leave it in the caddy just in case. And I do let my students know that they're definitely allowed to use them as long as they don't waste them. And I like to color coordinate the Post-its with the caddies just in case the students are wasting them. Then I know exactly which table to go to. Pretty good, huh? I usually just stick the Post-it notes right by the tumbler with the pencils, and it just fits really nicely. And finally, the last item, but one of the most important items that my students need in my classroom are crayons. I prefer the Crayola 24 pack because I feel like it has many colors that they could use. Plus, it's the one that always goes on sale, so I just stick with the 24 pack. And I usually give a pack per student. I usually go ahead and buy them myself because, again, not every student brings the crayons or supplies on the first day of school, so I just go ahead and provide it, and then I just consider them community supplies. So normally, you could stick your pack of crayons in the caddy like this. However, I don't like to do this because I find that in these cardboard boxes, my students have a hard time finding their colors. They dump them all out, and then the boxes start to break. So I do something a little different. I go to the Dollar Tree and I buy these lock top snack containers with lids. Now, normally they come in 2 packs for $1. But if you're really lucky, you can find them in 3 packs, making them only 33 cents per container, which I think is a steal. These are amazing. They last all year. My students know how to open and close these, and I've never had one break. So that is awesome. I went ahead and placed all 24 of my Crayola crayons inside of this container, and as you can see, it fits perfectly. So these are amazing. Ever since I figured this out, I've been doing this every year consistently, and I have never had to ever replace a single pack of crayons for my students all year. How awesome is that? I mean, yeah, they break them sometimes, they lose them sometimes, they even take the wrappers off of them sometimes, but guys, they have never had to be replaced ever. They've never asked me for a new set, and this is awesome. So I am going to keep doing this every year. And once the container is locked, they don't fall out at all. This is amazing. I've had students like accidentally drop this on the carpet and the crayons stay right inside. Plus, it's really easy for my students to open. I've never had a student ask me to open these, and my students are in the 1st grade, so they're 6 to 7 years old. And if they can figure out how to open this and lock it because they can hear the snap, then I'm pretty sure if you have older students, they should be able to do it as well. So I think these are such an amazing find. So here is a look at 5 of the lock top snack containers inside of the caddy, and as you can see, they fit perfectly. Wow, I love it, and I do this every single year. So guys, here's a look at everything that I have inside of this caddy for my students to use as community supplies. As you can see, I have pencils inside of a tumbler. I have Post-it notes for them to take notes on. I have erasers, glue sticks, and their crayons. And guys, this is perfect for them for everyday use. Of course, we do have scissors, we do have dry erase pens, and the erasers as well. However, I keep those in a separate section. The reason I keep the scissors away from the students is because I have had a student cut their pants before, and I've had 2 students cut their hair. And so I just want to make sure I watch them very carefully, and if the scissors are not there for them to just grab and do what they want with, then I feel better, you know. So yes, this is everything I have in their caddy, and of course you can add whatever else you want, but I feel this is just right. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed watching my video on how I organize my students' school supplies inside of the caddy. I hope you like it. I hope you share it with your friends, and if you haven't done so already, I hope you subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day, guys!